All right, so we're on our last section. This one is a little bit difficult, but I'm not going to say it's not impossible. This is our gradients, and we're going to show you two different ways, okay? For this, you need to be a little patient because imagine like you have a bunch of marbles, okay? And you kind of put them on there, and you're trying to guide them slowly. That's kind of what this is. So the first one's called wet on wet, all right? And by the way, if you can't ever do any of these, you can go in the bottom and practice a little bit more. Okay, so this is called wet on wet. So we're gonna start with just taking our wet brush, and we're going to just kind of wet the surface, okay? I'm going to go through and I'm just going to make sure that this is nice and damp, okay? So it's kind of shimmery, all right? Make sure there's a little bit more. There we are, okay? Now you can kind of tell because, there we are. See how it's shimmery? That's what we're looking for. And what this is going to do is we're going to use this wet to help kind of like move the water around. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of purple, put it right here. Okay, and make sure that this is nice and this is wet. There we go. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take a little bit of paint, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to let it fade out. Okay, now I want a little bit more paint, so I'm going to go up, add on the top, and all I do is I just kind of fade it out. All right, I'm going to take off some of the paint. And I'm just pulling it down, going through, okay? Now what's happening here is it's using the paint and it's just fading out, okay? Go to the next one. Now, remember, if they're close to it, they might bleed, so I'm going to go over. Okay. Here we are. Go at the top. Oh, there it goes. And I'm going to let it... I take some of that paint off, let it fade out. Okay, I'm going to go back at the top and just pull it down. If you want to fade out a little bit more, pull off some of that extra paint, okay? We're going to do it again, and again, and again. Ooh, I already have color on that. Start at the top. And as it bleeds down, it starts taking some of that paint off. Oh, look, puddle. I'm going to dry it up. Okay? And it's just going to fade out. Okay? So I want you to do this last time, and then you're good to go over. All right. So the next one, so this one's called wet and dry. All right? So this is a little different. This is one where we're going to kind of do that lifting a little bit. All right? And you're going to need that paper towel next to you, all right? So I'm going to take this paint and watch. So we're going to start here, and I'm going to paint it. But watch, I'm going to take out my brush, and I'm going to kind of help. And I'm going to add a little bit of water here, and then it will pull it out. See, now I'm pulling off some of this color to help it really fade down. Okay, one more time. All right, I can do another time for you. So I'm going to start with my color at the top. Okay, then I'm going to go get some water on the bottom. Okay, and I'm just going to pull it down into the water. I'm going to kind of go over this spot. It's almost like I'm pulling through. Okay, taking off some of the color so it helps it fade out. One more. All right. Add the color. Oh, this one's going to be light. Take off. Add a little bit of water down here, and then I fade it in. Okay. If I need to pull up some of the color to fade it through, that works. Okay. So I'm going to stop here because I want you to do the last one. And by the way, if you ever want to add like a little bit more color at the top, you can take off that and you just kind of help bring it down. Notice that I keep wiping off my brush because I'm trying to take off some of the color there. as I'm bringing it down. I'm going to wash off my brush. See, just pulling it down. All right, so I want to see that you do all 8 of these boxes. If you don't get a nice transition on any of them, try at the bottom, okay? So once you're finished with this, you're going to come check with me again. All right, I'm going to give the approval, and then you'll be able to start your project. And just read the next set of instructions. All right, and that's it.